It's very hot in London today. This is the view out of my window. And I have to have all the windows shut. I open them in the morning, and then when the sun comes around, I close all the windows and close the blinds. So we've got the blackout blinds here that I usually have shut when I'm filming. They are shut because it's far too hot. We're gonna go and pick up the present that my brother has given me for my birthday, and we're gonna go and play some games in the park. So my brother sent me a bunch of money and said buy some alcohol. So we are now at the East London Liquor Company. It's like a local distillery, to go and pick up our gin. Got our gin, not quite ready for that. But we also picked up some of these, and they're like 0.5% gin and tonics. So that's for Serena for lunch, because she's got to go back to work. And we're gonna play some games. It was 5 years ago that I started the channel, just after my birthday, and there's a story behind that. And to tell that story, we have to go back to the part of London that I used to live in. It won't be raining there, by magic. This is the bench that we came to. It was my birthday, we'd just been out for a meal, and we came and sat here, and I started crying. I was just so unhappy with my life at that point, with my career. I was working as a writer, trying to write for TV, and just the amount of rejection, and I just felt completely trapped, like I had nothing else that I could do. I wasn't qualified for other things. I wanted to carry on, but I just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. I'd been obsessed with board games for a few years at that point, and people said I should make videos, but I just wasn't convinced that I'd be any good at it, and so I just never did. But in this moment, I felt like I had no other choice, that I had to do something. I had to make a change, a big change. And so I decided to try it. I just try one video, see how it goes, and then go from there. And so that's what I did. And 2 weeks later, that's when the first video came out. Today I am editing a compilation video to celebrate 5 years of Actualol. This is the first shot that you ever see of Actualol. It's so appealing. Cheers. When we first realized it was going to be 5 years this summer, we had big plans to have like a party. It was going to be amazing, and then lockdown happened. So instead we are having tacos and a few drinks, and that's about it. But hooray! 5 years! We just played Bytes, which is a cute game about ants eating cheeses and apples, and it comes with these really nice 3D cardboard tokens with bite marks taken out of them. You're moving the ants to eat different things, and you're collecting those tokens, and then by the end of the game, the value of those different foods will be determined by when the ants reach the anthill. So you not only control which tokens you get, but the value of them. And each game you can mix in these different cards to sort of give a different dynamic, add different rules. So I liked it with 2 players, but I'd like to try it with 3 and 4 players to see how the dynamic changes. And that's kind of a classic thing at the moment with lockdown, because I play a game at 2 players and then it just goes on the shelf for like months until I will eventually then be able to play it with some other people. Some new games have arrived. There's a new Sherlock Holmes consulting detective. So this is the 4th in the series, got 10 new cases, and they're actually new designs. They're not just re-releases from the 80s. And this one introduces a bunch of new narrative mechanisms to make it a bit different. So this one is the Baker Street Irregulars. Dig Deeper is a new expansion scenario for Detective, a modern crime game. I've been loving playing the LA Crimes expansion to Detective over webcam during lockdown, and this is a scenario written by Rob Daviau, set in the 1970s Boston, and it adds a whole new thing where you can ask questions of the game. Like, you can type questions into the database and it will answer stuff back to you. So it just gives you this whole new level of freedom. It sounds really good. Unmatched Robin Hood versus Bigfoot. I've just been hearing a lot of buzz about this line of 2-player games in Unmatched. It seems like it's simple enough for me to get into. I like my 2-player games simple, and there's just so much buzz that I had to try it at least once, so I went with this one. Spicy is a little bluffing card game that just had good ratings on BGG, so I wanted to try it out. I'm always looking for like the next great little card game, and maybe this is it, but maybe it isn't. These are 3 new cases for Sherlock. I reviewed the Sherlock files a few months ago. Very simple scenario-based crime-solving game where you just have a little deck of cards, and this is just 3 new cases in that line, and I loved the first 3, so I'm sure these are great too. And then Project Elite. This is a real-time co-op game, and the reason I'm trying this is because this game is in the top 10 of both Tom Vassell of the Dice Tower and Rado. So if they both like this game that much, there must be something of value to it. And I do really like real-time co-op games. This one's about killing aliens. The new online Codenames website is really good. It's currently in beta, so they haven't officially announced it yet, but God, it took them a long time to finally make like an official app or website that you could play it on. It's at codenames.game, and I think the game's just handed me a freebie there because I think I can just go creature 4, linking dragon, dinosaur, alien, and bat, and that's just far too easy, but let's see how it goes. Okay, Will is guessing. He's gone with dragon. He's gone with alien. He's gone with bat. Oh, come on. Was he waiting on dinosaur? He's got 1 guess left. Come on. Yes. Okay, that's a great start. If you get 4 on your first round of Codenames, you feel like you're gonna win the game, right? Right. It's raining. Summer's officially over. Thank you to everyone that has watched for the last 5 years, especially those that got in early and were watching the first few videos and then kept watching. Look, this whole thing wouldn't have worked without any of you, so I really, really appreciate that you gave me the chance to do something different with my life.